those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's competition. Greetings, Fruji, and all our participants, and also our viewers on YouTube.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Michelle.
Are you surviving the heat today?
Yes. Thankfully, the apartment is always cool. I'm actually usually cold in the house, so I've been surviving it pretty well.
Yeah, it's not usually this hot in Germany. Well, at least in Trier, it's 31 degrees. It will be a bit cooler on the weekend, 24 degrees, a bit more pleasant for those who are coming to Trier for the marathon. Yeah, so today's theme, so we still have people are still arriving, so we'll be starting in about 7 or 8 minutes. We'll be doing the reveal, but the theme for today is the World Championships, and we also asked our participants if they're going or not. So obviously you're going, Fruji, you're on my team. So
Yes.
you better be going.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to be there.
Yeah, and so we asked the participants if they would be going, why or why not. And yeah, there were some really interesting answers. Something that just jumped out to me, multiple people said they're not going because they're not good enough. I just want to point out that it's still at this point, we don't know how it will be in future years, but at this point there is no qualification. So there is no not good enough. It could change in the future that maybe only the top 20 of a country are allowed to go, or you have to place a certain position. But that's one of the good things about the current status, is that it's open to anyone who can get themselves to Valladolid. And I was a judge last year, so I counted with some people lots of pieces. So there's really no not good enough. There's like some people literally only did the border, and I'm pretty sure all of you can do more than the border, in case that's something that's holding you back. But yeah, so Fruji, what's the main reason that you're going to the World Championship?
Ooh, that is actually a difficult question. Like it was just so self-evident that I'm going this year as well. Like last year was my first time at Worlds, and like I found it very randomly. That's actually how I got into speed puzzling, because like I thought, are there any puzzle competitions? And it turned out there was a World Championship, and I signed up. So yeah, it was just like, it felt like a once in a lifetime experience at that time. And yeah, because I have the chance to go again, I'm just going to use it. And also because I have found an amazing pair and an amazing team. Like for the solo round, I wouldn't be that motivated to just go, because yeah, that's not really my thing, or not my strength, I would say. But like pairs and teams is more the thing, and because of like the amazing teammates, I definitely want to be there. And like I just collected so many friends over this 1 year that I'm going to be able to see there. So it's like a big social event that you get to puzzle for like a week straight. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was also somebody commented that yeah, so Siobhan says yes, she's going to meet all the wonderful people who love puzzles as much as she does. And yeah, so there's several people who are going because, yeah, as you say, it's the big social aspect to meet up with friends. There are some reasons why people are not going. So shout out to Stephanie Dungel from Austria, who will be having a baby at the beginning of September. So very good reason. She's going to become a parent for the second time. But yeah, something interesting that somebody wrote, the longest comment we received is quite personal. I'm not going to say who wrote it, but I do appreciate that they shared that. Unfortunately not. I would like to go, but it's too much of everything to me. Too expensive, too long, and too many people. If it wasn't too long and too many people, I could afford for going. I like the puzzle community, but such a great event will lead to me getting overwhelmed by all the busyness of talking people. That will lead to not being able to communicate anymore, for I can't hear what you say to me because I can't filter out the other noises. Also being overwhelmed, I find it difficult to speak, have trouble finding words, forming sentences. That is already the case when I speak in my own language, so English will be harder yet. I have a fear of missing out and am feeling a bit jealous, but on the other hand, I'm glad that I can join the community by participating in smaller and shorter events and share the puzzle fun and the hobby sport on a smaller scale. So I just thought that was quite eye-opening, that for some people, such a big event can be, can cause anxiety or just be very overwhelming, like sensory overload, however you describe it. But thank you to the person who shared that. I found that interesting. And as they say at the end, that they definitely want to participate in the puzzle community, but at smaller events.
And this might also be like a good eye opener for people to organize smaller events. Like you don't have to organize a championship. You don't have to have 100 participants at a competition. You can make it small, and you might attract people who otherwise would, be reluctant to go to a big event. So there's a need for smaller competitions as well. And they are very, very familiar and very nice. So important.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that there are a lot of introverts. Not everybody is a social butterfly. I think maybe we have perhaps more introverts than extroverts in the puzzle community. I don't know. People can tell us what they think about that. But yeah, I think it'd be good if there's something for everybody. So, were there any comments that jumped out to you that you'd like to share?
No, not yet. People are basically just saying hi. It feels like the comment field on YouTube is starting to turn into like a regular meetup for people to just discuss things. Like, people call each other by name and just saying hello. So that's pretty cool. It's like, you can really see that there's like a community.
Yeah, there's lots of familiar names there.
And Esther actually says that she has been looking for a speed puzzling venue in London for years, and they have still yet to find one. Yeah, that would be pretty cool in London.
True. Well, in London, there's no speed puzzling venue. That's surprising. I thought there was an event recently at the Dice Cup. Is it in London or is that somewhere else? That's a board game cafe that's owned by Steve, who, he's a pairs partner with one of the New Zealanders, so that's how I met him last year. And I did see that there was a speed puzzling competition there, but maybe that's outside of London. All right, I'll just read out a couple more comments and then we can do the reveal. It looks like the meeting is full and people are mostly there.
The Dice Cup is apparently in Nottingham, and not in London.
Not in London, okay.
My assumption would be that it's very hard to find something that is affordable and of like a normal size in London.
Yeah, so a lot of people say they would like to go, but because of finances or vacation or work schedules, it doesn't work. And other commitments, and people who say yes, they want to. Yeah, so this was an interesting comment. Yes, so Inga is going, wanted to try again, but regretting it now, seeing some changes and knowing there is no control number for countries. And because of that, it expanded in day numbers. So I think hopefully if I understand this correctly, I think she's thinking that because there's no limits on some countries, for example, like Germany or USA, like the countries that are there with over like hundreds of people, over 100, that is one of the reasons why it is a larger event. So at this point, we've never seen any limits, and I kind of don't want to see any limits, but that's a good, interesting perspective.
I very much see that aspect, and it's one thing that makes me very hesitant about next year, for example, because like a week long, that's 5 days of your holidays if you work, or more because you have to get there. So it's it's a lot. It's very, very long. It's a lot of rounds, and yeah, it just expanded way too big, and it is difficult to be there for an entire week.
Yeah, well, we can talk about the different aspects of it throughout the competition, and yeah, feel free to share your comments in the chat. Let's unwrap the puzzle and see the puzzle of the day.
Let's see what this will be. Ooh, something green. Is it a Gibson's?
Falcon.
Falcon.
Yeah, so Falcon is like the nostalgic brand of Jumbo from the Netherlands, if I remember that correctly. They use a lot of British images. If you looked at their images, you would think they were like British company, and they pretty much use the same artists as the Gibson. It's that style. Okay, so yes, remove any plastic. Check that the box lid comes off easily, and then place it back in the middle of the table, and we'll be ready to go in a minute.
So exciting.
Yeah, Sylvia, just put the lid back on, Sylvia. Yeah, we just want to make sure that there's no stickers or anything preventing the lid from coming off. All right, place the puzzle back on the table. Then we can do the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, everybody.
Off we go. Yeah, so today is a 50+ competition. So we're seeing the rising stars of the puzzle community who have not completed 500 pieces on a first attempt in under 50 minutes before, or they haven't done it for more than 6 times. So yes, these are the rising stars of the puzzle community, and people are getting faster and faster. Many people are graduating out of it now. I know that there's at least one person who has like graduated out, and this is their last event. So we always see new faces in this competition, and it's always extremely exciting to see who's going to be in the top 10. Michelle, we can't hear you.
Sorry, I just showed the image to everyone while you were chatting. It's Catching the Bus from Falcon, and it's a very kind of oldie worldy scene of an old yellow bus. Very typical style. The artist is Nigel Chilvers, but it has that kind of style where you feel like the characters, as you say, like you've said before, are kind of like stickers. Like they've been photoshopped on there. A typical image, a bit of sky, a big vehicle in the front, and then some people in daily life going on.
It's the kind of image that most probably everyone has at least a little bit of experience with, because they are super common.
Yeah, I find these ones pretty good for speed puzzling, because you have like a little bit of sky, a little bit of buildings, and some people in the foreground. So I call them like daily scenes, I guess you would say.
Yeah, they are like super down-to-earth images. And Joanne in the comments is actually asking if she could see like how Falcon pieces look like. Do you think you can show a couple of pieces in the camera?
It's the same piece cut as Jumbo and Jan van Haasteren. Just a moment. Oh.
And SJ says the same bus is in every British puzzle. It's by the law.
So very standard ribbon cut, I would say. Nothing too, fancy. Nothing too. Even the knobs are quite similar. Yeah. So I think I don't know. There can be false fits. Yes, a little bit. But with this type of image, not so much important. I have done images from Falcon before where there was just like 1/3 sky and there were some false fits in there. All right, I'm going to start at the letter J today. We have, I better first of all arrange my spreadsheet by alphabet. All right, we have Janine from Germany, Jenny from the Netherlands, Jessica from USA. That's Jessica Henderson from USA, and then we have Jessica Rosengreen from Sweden, and Joanna from Poland, and also Jody from the UK.
So yeah, different nationalities on every single screen.
Yeah, so at this stage, I can see some borders being pulled out. I wonder what Joanna's doing. So she has a big pile off to her right. She picks up every piece and either pulls the border towards her, and then everything else that's turned upside gets pushed to the left.
I think the left is where everything is flipped, and it's just like the pile that she's going to be working from. I think on the bottom it must be an edge, and then to the right it's everything that she's still about to flip.
It's interesting because I haven't actually seen that live before. I've seen different snippets of people like pulling pieces out of the box, and then I was wondering how they were like deciding where to put it. But here we can see it very clearly from above that she pulls all her pieces to the right, pulls the edges right up to the front, and then everything else is spread to the left. Okay, so that's one way to set up the table. That's a nice view there.
It's actually very organized. I might actually try that out. To actually do it that way.
Yeah, because I always find like with the flip that there's like a big spread out in the middle, and they're kind of working off into the edges, like working off onto the sides and pulling pieces out to the sides.
Yes.
So,
and then you have to keep pushing pieces to the side as you are like have a growing image around where you are working,
and like making more space as well, or like flattening out the pile.
Yeah, so everyone is going through the flip already.
So on screen now we have Jonna from Finland, Julia from Austria, Karel from the Netherlands, Karen from USA, Katarina from Poland, and Katarina from Austria. So do we have any, feel free to put a guess in the chat what you think the winning time might be. And let's just keep in mind that the last few 50 pluses have had lots of times under 50. So these people are getting really good. And we've had like in the, the Venice still lifes, the top 6 all got under 50. For the gradient blocks, we even had the fastest 50 pluser finish in 39 minutes. So these people are training and they're moving out of the club. But as long as they're in there, we're going to see some great times.
We already see a 45-45 for winning time. And I'm guessing something around there as well, 45-46. There are some like darker parts. There's like a roof that I can see. Like the pavement might be a little bit tricky because it has like spots on it that might like trip some people up a little bit. Yeah, we see 43, 42, 48, 44, 46. So everyone is guessing somewhere around like mid 40s, with some exceptions above and below.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that the British will do well on this puzzle because this is kind of their bread and butter, these types of images by these types of artists.
Yeah, they're probably just so used to it by now because those puzzles are everywhere.
So go Erin and Jody and whoever else we have from the UK, Scarlett and Sophie. All right. Yeah, so now we're starting to see some top borders coming together, the little blue strip at the top. And it's these birds. I have seen these, I don't know, is this a classic bird in the UK? Because I have literally seen these birds in like every one of like Dominic Davidson, Kevin Walsh photos. Like, what is the name of those birds? It's literally in every one of this type of image. Is it like a swallow? Is that what it is? Gaza, help me out here.
To me, they're just birds, to be honest.
All right, looking good there. People working on the border.
Pigeons and some swallows on the top.
Oh yeah, there's pigeons on the cobbled streets. So
yeah, so there are some busy sections in this puzzle as well, but a lot of blocks as well that people can sort pretty well. So there's a little bit of everything and a little bit of for everyone. They could be sparrows as well, those on the top. I do feel like these people that make these pictures, like they draw them once or pretty much just cut them out from like a photo and then they just like put these together. at some point, as I was saying, like stickers.
Yes, because it feels like they're like a collage, but not like a collage with like little grid patterns, but like basically taking these images from like their collection and then just like pasting them on where they kind of fit. Something that kind of bothered me in this image is it looks super old fashioned, like the bus. Also, what like the conductor is wearing, it looks like, I don't know, pre or post war. Like it looks really old. And then the lady riding a bicycle has bright red hair, like a bright red wig, not like scarlet colored hair, not like gingery red hair, but like scarlet red hair. So it looks completely out of place because back then they didn't have bright red hair like that. And then there's a car in the back which looks more modern and looks bright purple. And I'm like looking at it and I'm thinking, is this like in the 30s? Is this like kind of mixed in with some elements from now? Like it kind of bothers me that like if you're going to go for an old image, like keep it in that genre, keep it in that generation, please.
Yeah, well, it's a mix of everything.
Yeah. All right. So we have Katie from the USA, and she said she's deciding this week if she's going. So it sounds like she's waiting for some plans to find out, maybe finding out if she can get time off work. But yeah, maybe we'll see her at the Worlds. We also have Katrin from Germany, Kim from the Netherlands, Christina, and don't know where Christina's from. Then we have Leah from Denmark and Letizia from Switzerland.
Letizia says that she is going and she's very, very excited about it.
So it looks like Leah is going to start on the bus. She got the yellow pieces pulled out.
And they seem to be very sorted in a way. Like they seem to be lined up very nice. I don't know if that was on purpose or not.
Yeah, so at the top of the bus, you've got like this long ridge line going. So yeah, a very long, thick, bold line. Then you have like the window. So then you have some vertical lines coming down, and then you have the curved areas around the wheels. And we also see Kim is working on the on the bus as well. I mean, obviously it's yellow, so it does jump out. So if you are going to be sorting, like the only real colors that jump out to sort, well, there's the blue sky, there's also the red rooftops, the yellow bus, or the grey pavement. So yeah, I think we're going to see people start in all different areas. I mean, we see some people already starting at the sky, so others up the border and the bus. So I wonder if we're going to see maybe someone starting with the rooftops or starting with the people, perhaps.
And SJ actually says, very well done to Michelle, getting a 500 that hasn't been done on my speed puzzling loads of times.
Oh, yes. I haven't even looked in a while. But no, that's very good. Yeah. So somehow this Falcon fell out and wasn't picked up by everyone.
It went under the radar. Those puzzles are good. Like we want to see puzzles that have not been completed that many times.
So what's the fastest time then on myspeedpuzzling.com?
We're going to have to see.
So we also have Lisa from Denmark, Lynn from Belgium, Madara from Latvia, Maya from Finland, also Maya P from Finland, Maya Y from Finland, and Maita from Belgium. And Maya P is going again to the Worlds. Last year's competition was a good experience. That's why I want to go again. And
yes,
Madara,
Madara
says that she's going again. She wants to see if she has improved and can improve her ranking, improve her placement. So a nice competitive streak there, Madara. You can do it.
Yeah. Madara has also been writing the same as what I have seen in the YouTube comments as well, that like the world, like what makes it challenging to go by now is that it just takes too long and they should have switched to a bigger venue, because like at a bigger venue, you could have like 200 people, not 250 or 300 people in a round even, and not have to have like 15 rounds to get to the finals. Instead of, you could just make it like 4 or 5, which would be way more doable.
Yeah, I saw that the Spanish nationals, they did it in a big sports arena, and they had like 300 plus people doing the solo round all at the same time. So they didn't even split it. They could fit that many people, which sounds on one hand quite practical. On the other hand, I'm just imagining like the camera crew and the judges running around like crazy. But
yeah, you need a big crew for that. Yes, Matt, we are on a 50 plus competition. That was a question in the chat.
Yeah, but we can
And,
see some nice skies coming together.
Yes, and what I'm also looking at is that it's not that many pieces, I think. It might be just like 2-3 rows in total for the sky. It's not that much.
Yeah, because then you have like basically the treetops and the chimneys dividing up the sky. So it is, yeah, a smallish section, but a nice one to start with.
And I am looking at the My Speed Puzzling site of the puzzle. The fastest one was Kati from Germany, but not with an H, just Kati, Kati. Her fastest time is 44:13 as a second try. And then second place, 44:19, and then the rest is over an hour.
Okay.
We're going to see a lot of times being added
Yes.
then after today.
So we have with us Maya from Slovenia, Maria from Finland, so Maria H from Finland, Maria R from Slovakia, Maria TB from Sweden, Marie from Norway, and Marilis from Estonia.
Maya's reason for not going is actually also very good. She says she is not going because she's on vacation at the time.
Yes, and Maria TB is dreaming of it. So she doesn't manage it this year, but she's dreaming of it. So my time for this puzzle was 50 minutes and 16 seconds.
How much?
50 minutes and 16 seconds. That was many, many months ago.
Yeah, so that is a good time to pinpoint. People can orient themselves to that.
Okay, so I can see, oh, Marie has got the purple card. That's the one that I was talking about. There's like this little purple car behind, peeking out. It looks almost like a, well, no, it is a bit more of an old-fashioned car. Yeah, so there's this purple car that's peeking out behind the back of the bus. But it's only like 5 pieces, so it stands out, but then it's not much there. Yeah, we also have like in the bottom right corner there are some roses growing along a fence, and on the left hand side of the picture there are some like yellow daffodils growing in a row. So those are
there's a lot going on in the picture.
Some of the finer details. Yeah, there's lots of suitcases. There's a dog. There's also a couple of birds in the foreground. We've got a sign saying bus stop, and yeah, another fence next to the daffodils. All right, we're at 16 minutes. Let's keep on moving.
And a lot of people have a full edge done already, which is quite impressive. But many of the details are coming together already as well. The yellow bus seems to be a very popular choice. But yeah, the purple car is done on Marie's screen already. With these puzzles, it's also like very like always interesting to see like who grabs for what, like what they start with, because there's always something else in everybody's brain that makes the puzzle work. So it's always interesting to see of like who grabs for what.
Yeah, I did this so long ago. I honestly don't remember what I start with. I'm sure I started with the border, but then after that, possibly the sky. But I know with these types of images, like I do a bit of everywhere. Like for example, I know if I saw the woman's red hair, I would instantly grab that and just place it where it goes, because there's nowhere else where it would fit. And I know that there was a little strip of yellow flowers that jumped out. So I think I was doing it kind of all over at the same time.
Yeah, this could work with a pick and place as well, because there's just so many little details that you can, I think, recognize from the pieces as well. So there's a lot of ways to go around this puzzle, and we can see that happening on like everybody's screen. Like a lot of people are going for the bus and most of the sky is done. But apart from that, there's so many different little things that you can just go for.
Yeah, on Marilyn's screen, you can see like some suitcase and brown suitcases in the middle, as well as the purple car. Yeah, so on screen right now, we have Marina from Sweden, Martina from the Netherlands, Marilyn from Estonia, Monica from Poland, Mooney from Germany, and Nadia from Indonesia. So Nadia's going to the Worlds, and it's going to be her first time. Marilyn from Estonia is going as well. Martina is going, and also Marina. And Marina says, yes, this will be my first time going, and I'm beyond excited It's going to be so much fun, so thrilling, and honestly a little nerve-wracking too. After seeing and hearing so much about the World Championship, there was just no way I could resist. I'm counting down the days.
Oh yeah.
So how many days is it then? Hang on, 4 weeks out? Oh, we're the 14th now. Hang on, what day does it start?
Almost a month. It starts on the 15th. I don't want to say anything silly.
So just over 4 weeks.
Just over 4 weeks.
So
just
now
a month ago.
Now we can start counting down the days.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a countdown.
So,
Just today, I put together a list of the puzzles that I still want to complete before going to Worlds, like to actually do them before, hoping that they come up at Worlds. But like I made like a full list and started asking people if they have them.
yeah, so now the serious training. I haven't had time for training. Well, we did our team training, but I haven't done any solo puzzles in like 3 weeks now. So that needs to change. So after Trier event, then my focus is switching to the Worlds. So we have Nadine H from Germany, Natasha from Austria, Nicole from Germany, Ramona from Switzerland, Rika from Denmark, and Robert from Sweden. Oh, I like how Rika has done the bus. Oh, and also Nicole. And oh, we have lots of buses on this one. Ramona,
Yes.
Nicole, and Rika all working on that bus. That's looking very
No
promising.
extra, nothing else, just the bus.
Interesting, yeah. So here they've really gone for the colours that have stood out and really taking the time to piece that together.
It's also like a really good orientation point, I think, because like the yellow parts on the bus are like so very central, so you can go like starburst out from there, which can work in your benefit, especially if you know how big a Falcon puzzle is going to be. Like that can be challenging if you like don't have the edge. At least that's one thing that I always notice, that like if I don't have the edge, I have no idea how big the image is going to be, and so it's then harder also to pick in place. But if you have like a good grasp of like how big the image is going to be, then you can work without the edge quite well as well, especially if there's something so recognizable as like the bus in here.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with how the buses are going. That's looking really good. Okay.
Yeah, so like this set of screens actually shows pretty well that you don't necessarily have to go for the edge first. It's not the only way to go around the puzzle.
And that's something I never even crossed my mind before speed puzzling. It was like, why would you not start with the edge? It was just how you started a puzzle. So that's been really interesting to see how other people tackle a puzzle and come from different angles. So on screen now we have Ruth from Switzerland, Saskia from Estonia, Scarlett from the UK. So Scarlett will be our interview later on today. She has a YouTube channel. She's from the UK, and on her YouTube channel she makes videos about puzzles and like some larger puzzles, like 3,000 piece puzzles that she's done, Game of Thrones puzzles, and also documenting her speed puzzling training. And she's actually going to make a video about her 3 competitions that she has this month. She's doing a Puzzle Guzzle, a UK Jigsaw Puzzle Association online competition, and the EJJ. So we can look forward to watching that video. And we also have Siobhan from Ireland, Sophie from the UK, and Stephanie from Austria. So it's interesting seeing Saskia's table there. The bus is kind of floating amongst the pieces, which is quite different to if we look at Scarlett's, where Scarlett has framed out the edge and has her pieces roughly where they belong. The bus kind of lined up where it should go.
It's like a very good comparison between like a good example of chaos puzzling and a very good example of like a super tidy table.
Yeah, no, that's a good example of chaos puzzling. Yeah, and then if we look at Sophie, she has it completely different. She has all of her built pieces off to the left, but they're kind of diagonal, and then she has like this floating flowers. But she's done that bottom right corner where the flowers are really built out, but she doesn't have the rest to attach it to, but it's just there. So yeah, very different ways to set up the tables here and set up where the pieces go, and that's definitely something people should also take into consideration. When they spill out the pieces, where are they going to pull from? Where are they going to assemble? And where do they want to put maybe pieces that they're can't find, or sorry,
And
can't find where to place.
I can never miss out on a good pun. Matt says, I thought Scarlett would love the sky, pun intended.
Oh.
I actually find it pretty interesting how she's using the box to like find places of the pieces. Like she literally picks up a piece, looks at the box, like compares it to the box, and then places it, and it actually works pretty well. So like she's like super meticulous with like one hand holding the box, the other one just working.
Mm. Yeah, that's why her table looks so neat. So we also have with us Stephanie K. So she is doing amazing from Germany, and she has done really well recently. So she came second in the gradient blocks from the 50 plus. She's getting so many times under 50, so I think she's really graduated by now.
Yes,
so this is probably her last ones, but she's doing so well. And look at her, she's got like more than half the puzzle done.
Yes. So, she's actually traveling with me to Trier over the weekend. So like we exchanged a couple of messages, and she told me that this is her last 50 plus competition. So like, go Steffi, go.
So she's been on the podium several times, and maybe she's going to go out with a bang on this one as well. But yeah,
well, so
that's good fortune for anyone who has Steffi K on their team in Trier. So we also have Sylvia from Germany, Tammy from the USA, Taya from Finland, Teresa from Sweden, and she has a friend puzzling there in the background.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Tuli P from Finland.
Yes, I think we have seen the other side of Teresa's table already, maybe. But we will probably see. Because as far as I can see, there's another phone attached to somewhere. It is the same puzzle.
Yeah, that's so cute to see what two people are competing together in the same room.
Yeah, it might actually be like very useful as well, because you see someone else right next to you. It like gives you more of a competition atmosphere. So like it might actually pull you to do a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's good for the motivation. And what I can see right now is Tammy looks really motivated. She's standing up, she's moving really fast, and she looks like she's in a really good flow there. Really, yeah, she's got some pieces pulled out that she's going to deal with later. I think that's the pavement, but she looks very motivated. There's a nice pace there, Tammy. So we're coming up to 25 minutes.
Yes, amazing. We might actually get something closer to 40 if Steffi goes on this way.
Yeah, so it looks like Steffi is in the lead from the people that we've seen so far, but we started at J and I've got to the end of the alphabet. Now we're going to check out the people starting with A.
Yes. And then Matt is pointing out the separator between the two puzzlers on the same table. And I know for a fact that in the US, they already use some of these separators that you can attach on the tables so that like the pieces don't get muddled, which is pretty cool. And it would be really cool to have that at Worlds as well, but I doubt that's going to be implemented for now. But it might be a surprise. They might use it as well.
Yeah, so those separators were from Zacco, who makes accessories for puzzlers, but yeah, more recently, especially for the speed puzzling competitions. I have some of the boards and I really like them, and they're coming with me to Worlds. So we also have Tulia N from Finland, Villains from Latvia, Zane from Latvia, Amanda from the UK, Angelica from Germany, and Anna A from Cyprus. And Zane says, in regards to the question, are you going to the Worlds? Yes, I am. Last year in October, I saw a TikTok about the WJPC. I thought it was amazing and I want to go someday. So I started practicing in January, and from this one crazy idea from a random TikTok video, I found a new hobby and I will compete in WJPC 2025. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I'm going to bet that it's 90% was a Karen video.
Not necessarily, like not necessarily on TikTok. Like weirdly enough, I for example haven't seen Karen's videos on TikTok at all, but I have seen other random people's videos about going to Worlds. So there were a lot of other people that made like these videos of like, wow, I discovered that there's a World Championship and I'm going. Especially last year, I was seeing a lot of them. So it might not have been a Karen video. That's usually YouTube.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. So hopefully lots of people are posting on all their platforms that more and more people will discover it. But no, that's really great just to see. Yeah. Just like for myself, also just seeing one video can just totally change everything. So
Yes. And SJ is pointing out the beautiful bouquet on Angelica's table, which does look very pretty. She also it also seems like her camera is on the ceiling, like it's super high up.
I'm wondering if Angelica is a florist because she seems to have fresh flowers every week. She
Or
takes the
different
loveliest
flowers,
pictures on
yeah.
Instagram every week with her her box next to a vase of flowers.
Well, we have to ask her next time.
Or maybe, yeah, maybe she just has a very supportive and loving partner. But they do look lovely, yes. So we're seeing lots of buses coming along here, floating buses. Yeah, so I will admit I found the bus really tricky. I thought that it was going to be easy because I was like, wow, there's this really big yellow line here and you've got these big yellow curves. But I felt like I picked up some pieces so many times trying to get these windows in the right order and trying to find the right curve. I felt the bus was a lot trickier than it looked. And yeah, especially when it came to the windows because you have all these gaps. So I'm impressed with all the people who've done the windows and on the bus, but for me, I was a lot better on all the busy details. Yeah.
I think it's also like a type of puzzler. There are people who just like the lines that they can work along. So it could be that as well, that so many people went for the bus.
Yeah, and just want to point out, yeah, Gaza says respect to Amanda for puzzling outside. Yes, she's actually outside on the lawn. She's got a nice, like a picnic table. Maybe she's camping. Are you camping? Yes. Oh, that's dedication. All right. We have had some people take their puzzles and do EJJs while camping, so I love that.
Yeah, amazing.
Good lighting.
SJ is actually sharing like a really fun story there, which is I was behind Karen in a reel that went viral, and people I hadn't seen in 30+ years messaged me to say they had seen me.
Yes. Oh yes, because that was the video where it was like, I got the wrong puzzle. I got the wrong puzzle. And then in the background, SJ was sitting behind her. And yeah, somehow her friends spotted her behind Karen. That's so cool.
I was only in Vicky's viral video, the one where the puzzle bag exploded and she had her pieces flying everywhere. I was in the background, but I wasn't recognizable. So
the exploding puzzle bag. So on screen now, oh, it's Anna Karin. So now we know we have Teresa on one side of the table.
There she is.
We have Anna Karin on the left-hand side table, and yeah, it kind of looks like they have a lightsaber in the middle of the table as a divider, but I think it's a stopwatch on something that's red, but from one angle it looked like a lightsaber. We also have
if it is a lightsaber, they're going to be instantly my friends.
Well, you could use a lightsaber as a puzzle piece divider.
Yeah, it could work.
No reason not to.
Not a real one because it would cut through the table.
So we also have, yes, Anna Karin is from Sweden. We have Aislinn from Argentina, Beth from UK, Birgit from Germany, Cameron from Canada, and Caro from Germany.
It's nice to see Birgit again. She's in almost every single EJJ that I see.
So there's 3 people on the screen who are coming to Trier. We have Aislinn, Birgit, and Cameron.
Yay!
We're going to see them live. We're going to see them puzzling for many, many hours.
Yes. We're going to see a lot of people puzzling for a lot of hours. And yes, in the chat as well, we have some messages of support for Cameron and Beth.
Yeah, and Mariandrea from Colombia, who participated in her first EJJ a week ago. She says, oh, to have a puzzle partner to share a table with. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Puzzle goals, yes. If you could have like a puzzle bestie to do competitions with, very, very admirable.
What Yuka is writing in the YouTube chat is that if you look at last year's individual final, I'm behind the commentators, one of the participants with the most camera time. Which is also pretty cool.
Everyone's getting their cameos in the world videos. So yeah, we're at this stage at 33 minutes. We're seeing lots of bits coming together, lots of skies, buses, some parts of the border, still a lot of like floating sections, but we are seeing a puzzle forming. So I feel like I'm just gonna check that how Steffi is going, not that she
that's exactly what
runs away from us.
He seems to be storming ahead of everyone now.
Okay, so she's still got the pavement, the busy people, the busy sections left. So I think those sections are going to fly. I'm just going to keep her on in the corner.
Yeah, that's going to be good. She's very definitely in the lead at the moment. And it's still, but I think we still have a little bit of time to check out the other competitors.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so we also have Catherine from USA, Daniela from the Netherlands, Dora from Switzerland, Alina from Latvia, and Eric, the not so speedy speed puzzler from the Netherlands. And I like
the not so speedy speed puzzler is starting to get speedy. I have seen him complete some really cool times.
Yeah, I think he needs to change it from the not so speedy speed puzzler to something a little less modest. Maybe like the moderately speedy speed puzzler.
The increasingly speedy speed puzzler.
The steadily and slowly increasing speed puzzler. So his answer was yes, he's going to the Worlds. I had a blast last year. Also expect a lot of exposure from this year's commentary. All right. So we're gonna make a big deal every time Eric comes on screen. But yeah, he's doing a great job here. He's also filled out a big lot. You can see he's got 2 gaps for the trees. Not the trees. He's done the trees. The gaps of the rooftops in the top left and the top middle area. So he's got 2 empty rooftops there.
Yes. I would actually say that Alina is maybe the closest at the moment to how Steffi is doing, but Zane was also very, very close. Well, not extremely close, but probably like the most progressed, even though it was hard to see.
Okay, so I started at J. We're moving on. So in a few more screens, we will get to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we have oops, let me add one more. So we have Everly, she's from Estonia, Fanny from Hungary, Freya from Denmark, Gabriella from Romania, and Anna B from USA.
Big shout out to Fanny from Hungary. Yay for a Hungarian competitor.
Yeah, so Hannah B says she's not going. It's a lot of money for me, a silly little mediocre puzzler who probably wouldn't make it out of the prelims. I do hope to go one day to do announcing. Ooh, do you have an announcing background? You have to let us know about that. And she's planning to go to her country's nationals. So now I'm curious what her background is.
Oh, yes. And then funny what she's writing as well, in that she's not going because also she's a teacher. I have seen this return for multiple people that have said that they are not going, is that, they teach and they can't leave at the beginning of school. So it's more difficult for teachers to get time off in the school time.
Yeah, we seem to have a lot of participants who are teachers or work in education and have like very fixed holidays.
Unfortunately,
or students.
That's a big downside of teaching.
All right, we've reached the end of the alphabet, so we are now back at H and I. We have Henrietta from Denmark, Inga S from Lithuania, Idun from Norway, Emma from Switzerland, and Isabel from France. And Inga S is also doing really great. She's also done really well recently. She has been improving and...
Great.
Yeah, so hers looks very gappy. It's funny. She's done a lot of everywhere, but she also has gaps everywhere. Very much like a patchwork.
Yes. Also, her progress is quite similar to Steffi's, except that she doesn't have like the pavement done yet. But otherwise, it's very, very similar to how they have filled in the gaps. It's only that Steffi is a bit ahead and she has more filled in already.
Yeah, and you can see also because the gaps in the windows, they're very grayish and kind of very, they're kind of like, there's nothing standing out on those bits. So they blend in with the pavement pieces, they blend in with like these grayish, muddy looking pieces in the background. And so I think we're going to see a lot of that as people come into the close. It's not necessarily going to be one block that they're working on. There's going to be a little bit of gray here and there wherever that piece could go. But yeah, so we have like Henrietta has done a great job on the sky and the pavement, and now we're starting on the rooftops. And
she also has a bit of the bottom side of the picture done. It's just like covered by her arms. There's way more done than what it looks like at first glance.
Yeah, but yeah, so she's done the pavement and the flowers in the bottom section, and yeah, Edon's working on the bus in amongst all the pieces. And then Isabel has, most of the frame done, but also has a few pieces on the frame of what she's putting together. Looks like she's working on the bus at the moment. Yeah, so let's see who could be in the running for the top positions. So I'm going to leave Steffi and Inga S on the screen. So now let's have a look at Lisa. Lisa Nielsen is also a fast one. When Daniela commented, she said make sure to keep an eye on Lisa because Daniela puzzled with her on a team in Denmark. So yeah, Lisa's also done a lot. Yeah, a bit more patchy in the bottom left and putting the bus together. No, but she's done the pavement. Yeah, so now she's really closing in towards the front of the bus there. Okay.
Yeah, but we see very good progress done. We're just over 40 minutes, so we're getting in closer and closer to people's guesses. I have to scroll back a little bit to see what was the first guess that we have. I think it was 41 something. 41.57 was, I think, the lowest guess. So we're getting very close to that.
So Madara's also done quite a lot, but her inside of the bus looks like quite a jumble. So it looks like she's tried to piece some pieces together but couldn't quite find all the connections, so she's left them in there for now. But now she's perhaps looking to fill in the other gaps and then come back to that middle section again.
Yes, I think with Madara it's a little bit tricky because like the bus is really all over the place. So it looks like it's more completed than it is. But he does have like the majority of the surrounding areas. So pretty much like everything, like 2-3 rows coming in from the frame is already done. And the bus is being sorted out. I can see that she's just now like, moving everything in place. People are doing great here.
Yeah, so Eric's also doing really well. He's come in from the top down and he's done most of the bus and just has the pavement to do. And he does like bigger sections. He does like skies and bigger chunks. So maybe he's kind of saving that for last, the best piece for last. So now he's going to fly through the ground. And it's a Dutch brand, so he's very much used to this piece cut. So
I actually never realized that Falcon was Dutch. I guess it's because of like a lot of like UK images, but like I always assumed that it was also a UK brand.
Yeah, and it looks like Steffi's speeding up now for the close. Just these little single gaps to fit in over here.
Her hands are just like moving around like lightning. Go on, Steffi! Now that she knows that the attention is on her, it's also getting a little bit more hectic.
Come on, go out with a bang. Your last 50 plus.
Last 50 plus, that's how you leave it.
Yes. Oh, she's doing really well here. Now she's just going by shape. Look at that. There's just all single pieces. You can just literally look for the special shapes and pop them in. It's very...
Actually, when we were starting to like do puzzles in a pair together, she was the first one who actually told me like you should shape sort sometimes because it actually works.
What? Where? Oh, she had pieces on top of the puzzle. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
All the pieces on the table are gone.
Yeah, but it's still
Go, Steffi! Well done. 43.
Congratulations, Steffi.
What was that? 43.18, something like that. Congrats. First place.
Amazing. I think she's in a rush and not really believing it.
Oh, fantastic.
Amazing job. Now she can really look forward to the trail marathon.
Yeah, so she's come once. She's come first before. I think she came, was it? She did well with the flowers. She did well with the Little Mermaid and with the gradient blocks and with the Venice Life. So now she is officially in the sub 50 club. So good on her.
She's out of the 50 plus club.
Yeah,
And it went out with a bang.
Yeah, and it looks like there's going to be a big gap between the next finisher. I mean,
Inga
Inga,
closest or Lisa.
but it's going to be a few minutes unless there's somebody hiding who we haven't spotted yet. But yeah, fantastic time. Fantastic time.
30 seconds off. She gets the time pretty well. Yeah, great job. And Steffi didn't want to be interviewed, so she's already logged out.
Yeah, no, this is usually the time that she's putting her kids to bed. So we can understand that.
Yeah, it's understandable.
No, I can't remember if it was her or if it was Katrin. One of the mums who did well in the 50 plus club said she couldn't stay for an interview because her husband wasn't home, and so she literally had let her kids stay up to watch TV. And as soon as she finished, like, she had to go and rush off to put the kids to bed.
She actually sent me a message. I'm going to reveal it because it's really funny. Like, Steffi says, now I'm going to have to take a shower. I guess because it's so hot.
It's so hot right now. Like, I had to close the window because of the sounds from outside, and I'm just like melting here. I feel like I'm in a sauna. So let alone the people who have got their adrenaline rushing and their hearts are pounding and they're doing this as fast as they can. So yeah, on screen right now we have Inga S, Lisa, Madara, Eric, Katrin, and Maya, JT. So yeah, tends to be more people are finishing towards the bottom left area or in the pavement.
The pavement and these grayish areas that, like, now that I'm looking at it closer, like, I can see what you mean, that it kind of blends in together. So it's hard to tell what goes where, of like which one is the window and which one is the pavement. And Inga is actually using a board.
Yes, I also added Freya on there. She's also, yeah, still got the gaps of the pavement and then some in the buses. I want to check in with Tammy because she was flying before. Let's see if she's still on that accelerating push.
Let's see.
Yeah, Tammy is also someone who prefers larger sections and not so much busy puzzles.
Yeah, she's doing great as well. Not so close like Inga or Lisa, but definitely still up there still.
Yeah, I think we can see, I think we're going to get a couple more finishes under 50 minutes. Definitely Inga is on her way. Just... Yeah, no, that's a really good idea to just put the white paper on top and really just block out all the distraction, just focus on the gap she literally just has in front of her. Like, we also do that in the teams competition. We say, yep, this section is closed, and then we place the board on top, and then we zoom into like as close as possible to the area that is missing the pieces.
Yeah, it also helps a lot to like what Steffi was doing that drives me completely nuts. For example, I can't do that, to have like the pieces on top of the puzzle. In that, the board can also be super helpful, like what we see with Inga, to actually have like a little board, not even necessarily to like hold in your hand or anything, but just to have like the leftover pieces on top of it so you actually see what is on them. It's also pretty useful. Even though I think it's still like kind of rare to see people using boards for 500-piece puzzles. It can be very useful, but like a lot of people, I think, don't prefer it for 500. It's still like an amount of pieces that you can handle well.
It depends on how you finish. I mean, here she has all her leftover pieces in like 2 rows. so she can really block out the rest of the image. Before, as Steffi was doing it all over, she had pieces like spread out all over the puzzle. There a board would have just got in the way.
Yes.
But yeah, Inga's looking really good. Come on, Inga, go for second
Only a
place.
couple of pieces left.
Come on, do it under 50 minutes.
It's going to work out. She's going to finish it under
Pop
50.
it in, one after the other, yes.
It's just that last rush. It's still 6 pieces left. One still has to go in.
Yeah, it looks like Lisa and Eric are coming in close behind.
Yes, it's hard to tell if it's Lisa or Eric closer. I think it might be Lisa, but Eric is very close as well. We're going to have to see just now. And one more. One more piece for Inga. And done.
Go Inga! Yes.
Yay!
Second place to Inga S from Lithuania. Fantastic.
Amazing. Good job.
And she also got into the top 10 in a regular competition, so not a 50 plus. And that was the first time to get a top 10 for Lithuania. So we have Lisa, yes, coming into the close. Now hers is a bit more spread out, so she's got like these gaps all over the bus. And Erica's finishing off the pavement. But also Maya. So yeah, I think it's going to be a race. Well, definitely Lisa is going to finish next, but it's going to be a race between Maya and Eric who gets the pavement done first.
I actually have to pin Maya onto my screen as well so that I can see her.
Maya JT.
Yes, Maya is doing incredible as well.
And fantastic Lisa, third place.
Congratulations!
Yay!
We have our podium and place 4 is open. So Maya, just go, go, go. It's super close. Three more pieces. And done. 4th place. Congratulations, Maya.
Maya GT from Slovenia. Fantastic.
So far, we have a very international podium as well.
Okay, so this is now after the first like few finishes. I think we're going to have a whole bunch coming together because we have many people at a similar level now. Yona also just working on the pavement.
I still think Eric is very, very close to getting 5th place. Definitely a top 10 placement. Extremely close. And then we're going to have to take away the not so speedy part from his name.
Yes. At some point we have to we have to find a new appropriate name for Eric.
And then I can see that in the YouTube chat, what was going on is that at one point SJ wrote that someone should attach their top, but I think they meant the puzzle for Beth and not their top as in top. So that is pretty funny.
Attach your top. All right, come on, Eric. Here we go.
Go, go, go.
Come on, be the speedy. Be a speedy puzzler.
Yay!
And 5th place to Eric, the speedy speed puzzler. Yeah. Fantastic.
Amazing
yes,
job.
It's hot and stuffy. Yes. Awesome.
And I think I'm going to say that Eric should stick around because so far you're the first one that I can see who said yes to an interview. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle.
Yeah, I don't think the others. I haven't actually checked who is doing the interviews yet.
Lisa hasn't said yes either. The first 2 I have already checked. Like Steffi has already logged off as well, Inga as well.
Okay.
Yes, Eric is probably going to be our first interview.
And Maya just commented she had to pick up speed because someone is coming to repair the aircon.
Yeah, that's very important. That's also good motivation. To be
Yes.
speedy.
Okay, so very understandable, no problem. Then yes, we hope your aircon gets fixed. So congrats, Maya, and we'll see you next time. So tell us in the chat, give us a new name for Eric. He needs to update his what do you
Not
call
so
that?
speed puzzler to something else.
He needs to
where-
update his slogan. Come on, give us a new name for Eric. And Zane, yes, let's check in on Zane. So we have a lot of people closing in. I think the next one is Yonake is going to finish up next. We also have Freya close in behind. But we also have Alina and Zane. So yeah, this is when it gets a bit intense for our helpers in the background, Samuel and Ingrid, to track, because then suddenly there's a huge wave of people all coming in, all with about like 50 pieces left. And then to see who's going to catch up next gets tricky.
I already like SJ's idea, which is the fairly speedy puzzler. Joanna is also almost done. Just a couple of pieces.
Yeah, and Alina as well. Yeah, congrats, Yona, taking out sixth place.
Yay!
So that would be sixth place for Finland. So top six. First, Steffi K from Germany. Second, Inga from Lithuania. Third, Lisa from Denmark. Then we had fourth, Maya from Slovenia. Fifth, Eric from the Netherlands. And sixth, Jonna from Finland. So yes, a very international sixth place. So let's see who else. Let's see if we can get a person from every different countries in the top 10.
There's still some spots in the top 10. So go people.
And there goes Alina from Latvia.
Yay! Congratulations. 7th place.
Fantastic. And here comes Freya from Denmark.
Woo! And done.
Yeah, so now I'm busy switching up the screens because there's a lot happening right now. Just put Carol on. He's got 10 pieces left. Tammy has about 20. And Tulis. So, yeah, we have a lot of people here. Racing potential for the top 10. So we've got 2 more spaces in the top 10. Is it going to be Carol, Tammy, or Tuli?
And Stephanie is done. 9th place.
Oh, Stephanie D. Oh, yes, she was on our screen earlier, and then I had to put her away to check the other people, so we didn't catch hers. But well done, Steffi.
And 10 and Madara is 10th and Marilyn is 11th. And literally almost the same second.
Yep, so Madara's done. Marilyn. Yeah, because basically with the 50 plus clubs, we basically bunch up a whole lot of people that are of a very similar level together. With the open competitions, it's a lot more spread out. But here, congrats, Carol. And please correct me if I say your name wrong. I'm not sure if it's Carol or Karel. Probably something different. Okay, so we have Tammy coming up. And Tuli, Beth, and Marilis all looking fantastic. We also have Janine on her way.
And Marilis is done as well. Marilis Callas. So we are at top 13 now.
Yeah, so we still got some more spaces in under the hour. Oh, and I can also see on the small screens that Ruth is. Oh, and Maya P. Hang on, I don't have enough screens left. Yeah, Maya, hold on. Here we go. Maya P. is also finishing. And Tammy. Okay.
Amazing job done, everyone.
So even though this is not like my favorite image, I would say like it is a bit more old worldy. The colors are a bit more bland. It is, I think it still has very good value as a speed puzzling puzzle. Also deciding like where to start and yeah, where to finish, those kind of things. And it does have a good quality. What I do like about the Falcon and the Jumbos, the pieces feel really nice. They just have a good quality feel, even though there can be sometimes false fits if you're working on a big sky section or a big section of trees. But in general, they do have a really good quality, and I do appreciate that about the Falcons and Jumbos.
Yeah, that is definitely something good about them. I don't think I have done many Falcons. It's more the Jan van Hasterens that I have done. If it's the same piece cut, then yeah, I enjoy that very, very much. And I would pretty much say that we could put Eric on for an interview if he still wants to talk to us. And the done messages are just running in. So Tammy, Janine, Tuli, Robert, Maya, and yeah, we are already done with this many people. So I think we still have some spots for the top 20. Beth is also done. I'm going to have to count how many people we have.
Yeah, so Eric, if you're there, you can turn your camera on and your mic. Hello, Eric.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hello.
Good.
How are
Hello.
you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, good as well. Is it very warm around you as well?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. 33 degrees or something like that.
It's finally a little bit of summer. I was actually very worried that, like, because the weather has been horrible around here, I think the Netherlands might have been pretty similar because we're quite close. But like, I was afraid that like we're not going to get any summer until like literally going to Spain for the Worlds.
Oh, but I like that. I like the rain. And much better than.
I need more summer. I need sun and hotness. So like, finally, there's a little bit.
Well,
Yeah. How did you feel about the puzzle?
I liked it. It was really my type of puzzle. I liked it a lot.
How did you go about it?
First the sky, then the yellow bus, and yeah, then the houses, and then the what is it? The pavement. Yeah, it was like Michelle said, there were big sections. That's good for me.
Yeah, I remember that from you saying that I think at Europeans as well, that like you prefer like the sorting and the big sections.
For sure, definitely.
Yes, and what do you think about like the name change that we have kind of or already voted for you? There's some very good recommendations coming in from YouTube as well.
Yeah, no, I thought about it. The Dutch saying is one Falcon doesn't make a summer. So one fifth place in the 50 plus club does not make me very fast straight away. No, but I also have the name to a little bit to show that and not everybody has to be what is it, a 30 minus puzzler.
Yeah,
that's fully fine to just do your best and improve yourself a little bit, and then be somewhere what is it, between the 100 and 200 place at Worlds. And that's totally fine.
It is actually a very good sentiment because like from what we have seen from the responses of people who are saying that they are not going because they feel like they're not good enough. Yeah. Like it does feel like it's a good message to get out there that like you don't have to be super speedy to do this.
No, true. That's the whole point. You just enjoy yourself and see if you can improve yourself.
Exactly.
That's the hidden message behind the name.
Okay, that is very good reasoning behind the name, so we're not going to force you to change it. Even though everyone seems to like the somewhat speed puzzler.
Yeah, I'd like to read some out because we have variations. They're still very humble. So they're not going, we're not saying like the champion speed puzzler here. So we have Eric, the fairly speedy puzzler, Eric, the sufficiently speedy speed puzzler.
That's all better.
Somewhat speedy speed puzzler. And I think that was the last one that I saw. But I think those are all kind of along the lines of what you were thinking, but maybe just a step up to, to show that you have improved over your time.
That's a good point. So maybe I will change it for next time.
At one point for your consideration, maybe. You're coming to Trier, right?
Yes, I am. For sure.
So then what is your plan for the weekend? Are you going to be there already on the Saturday or on the?
Yeah, so I'm driving along with Inge and Jim.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they give me a ride, so I'll follow them. But they are avid disc golfers,
Ooh, yes.
so it will be my first time disc golfing. And then on Sunday, of course, puzzling as much as possible.
Yes, of course. So then you're traveling on Saturday, if I understood
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah.
Did you see that the German Association is putting together like a puzzle meetup for Saturday afternoon?
I saw. I have to check with Inge and Jim what they want to do. But it sounds cool, huh?
And then do you have like a preliminary strategy for like the whole marathon things of like, you know, maybe like coming up with a program or like who's going to do what?
No, not yet. No, so we are. It's a family team, but I think in this group we never puzzled together. I puzzled with all of them many times, but not with these 5 people. I think we don't have a strategy yet, but yeah, it will be probably somewhere along the lines as it changed every I don't know, every hour or so, every half an hour, and of course let Inge puzzle as much as possible.
Yeah, of course. Like we know that she's like the pulling force.
Yeah, actually, she's way faster than any of us. So if we get any chance, if we have any chance of doing well, we should let Inge puzzle. So that's always a strategy. I guess I will end up somewhere in the corner at the top.
Mm. Do you like come up with schedules beforehand, or you just like randomly decide who goes on?
No, randomly decide. We did some marathons in Belgium. Michelle also joined there, and that's also where the music idea came from, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that does. But there, yeah, we said okay, then that one, and then that one, and then that one. But we had such a horrible puzzle that at a certain moment everybody said, "Oh, I want to get out."
Oh, the one with the flowers.
Yeah, with flowers, and we had a lot of horrible ones.
Yeah, we also
Yeah,
have
indeed, the one with the face with flowers, the dark face with flowers.
Yeah, so for those who were not there at this competition, it was 1,500 piece puzzle of like of a painting of a flower pot with like these purple flowers that are coming out of it, and just like every piece looked exactly the same.
And then afterwards we got the Indian. That was even worse, I think.
It was horrible. It really was horrible.
So you'll be pleased to know that there's no 1,500 piece puzzle.
And no paintings.
And I would say I have an enjoyable selection for you. I think you're gonna be pleased.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
Michelle made a good selection.
I would be happy to puzzle all of them.
That sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Do you expect a lot of people?
Yeah, we're having so people who are actually puzzling, we have 140 people, and then plus hanger honors. So yeah, about 150 people
Cool.
coming to Trier. So very exciting, yeah. And yeah, so you also gave some music choices. So for those who don't know, I did send out an email saying that people can send us their music requests because we're going to have a playlist. We're going to be listening to music for 10 hours long. And one of the things I really liked about the Belgium competition is that, yeah, people could also request a few songs beforehand, and that was made into a playlist. And because there was a very strong, French-speaking population there, a lot of the songs were in French, and it was just really quite cute having the Belgian people like sing along to their French songs that I'd never heard before, and it just added it just made me feel like we're part of that place, and added another aspect that we hadn't experienced before. And so at this competition we said that people could do that as well, and that everyone should also suggest a song from their country. So we're going to have a lot of cool German songs. We also have some Polish, Swedish, Dutch, and from other countries as well. So we're going to have a very interesting musical playlist.
Yeah, I went a little overboard, and like every single song that I sent in is a Hungarian song. But I was very mindful to like choose Hungarian songs that can be enjoyable for people who don't understand them. So I really hope that they are.
I selected one where Dutch people sing in German.
Oh, nice. But then we're not going to recognize it that it's Dutch.
Oh, definitely.
There's actually only one Dutch song that I know, and obviously I can't think of the title right now, but that's actually from a children's show that like it's people dressed up like dwarfs and they are singing in like a garden and something. That's like a very, very weird song.
I don't know.
Kabouter dance.
The kabouter dance. Yes.
Yes, I had to think of it. But that's the Dutch song that I know, that I have heard at like many actually dog competitions and not puzzle competitions, but I know it from there.
Maybe Michelle can add it, and we all know the dance, so we can all dance along.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to Michelle because it's very, very funny. There is actually a message for you on the YouTube chat, which is from Matt, and he says, Eric, I love your name, and I understood the message behind it. It's a funny name. When I saw your times on my speed puzzling, I told myself that you were a very fast speed puzzler and not a not so speedy. I also wanted to change my name to extremely slow speed puzzler as homage to your name, because if you are not so speedy, then I'm slow as hell.
Yeah, I have to admit there is also a hidden benefit about this long name. If you look at my speed puzzling and you scroll through it, you find yourself very quickly.
That's actually very practical. Especially with like the very popular puzzles by now, it's hard to find your own name.
Exactly. Yeah, I shouldn't have thought this, because now everybody gets a big name, and
then you just have to come up with an even longer one,
or be the fastest one.
Yes. Michelle, did you still have any questions?
Yeah, I did have one more question, because this is a Falcon and it was from Jumbo. What do you think of the quality of Jumbo and Falcon?
Yeah, so I heard today in the live stream for the first time that it was actually from Jumbo. I don't think we have the Falcon. I saw it only the first time when I did the HHAs. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest. I don't think it's a very popular brand in the Netherlands, but I like the quality. It's I was tearing it apart, and that it's really sticky. So I think that's good. But I like it overall. But I think, to be honest, the Jan van Haaster is a little bit different. These pieces are a little bit thicker.
Oh, you think that there's a difference between the?
I think Jan van Haaster really is the really the jumbo line with the red elephant on the box. I think that is really the
premium,
and the premium, and this is maybe that below it, but. I think if I have to, I think that I have made a lot of Jan van Haasters, obviously. I think those pieces are a little bit bigger. But you don't see. At least I don't see it that much here in the Netherlands.
It's interesting. Maybe it's made for the British market. Maybe that's why they just chose that style of image and that style of branding.
Yeah, it could be. Because I think the other ones from Falcon as well, though, those were not really. There was in the train, and the what is it? The English church with the flea market in front of it. Those were more indeed English pictures than Dutch ones. I would say. Now the other popular brand here is Waschei.
I never heard of that. Oh, was. Okay, I would read it as was good.
Yeah, it's a jigsaw spelled backwards.
I always said Basgay.
Yeah. In Dutch it's some sort of word, but actually it's just jigsaw the other way around.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I didn't expect that the same brand, because I mean here on the side, it doesn't have the red elephant, but it definitely says Jumbo Dice, Jumbo Set, and then it says jumbo.eu on there. So it's definitely the Jumbo brand. But perhaps could it just be that you don't notice the false fits because usually the Jan van Hasterens are very busy?
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't. I think they don't have a lot of false fits.
Yeah, I was just about to point out that, like, also in the meeting chat, but also in the YouTube chat, people are pointing out that there were a lot of false fits.
Oh yeah. Oh. No, but I can have a check. I can ask around. Maybe the other people do know the brand, but I will let you know on Sunday, Michelle.
Yeah. No, it is because on the at the longer marathons, the 24-hour ones, one of them is sponsored by Jumbo, and they only use Jumbo, Falcon, and Jan van Hasteren puzzles.
Okay.
Yeah. So always something new to discover.
Yes. I should not learn. I should not listen so well to the audio comments, but I always like it as well.
Yes. And do you have any special requests for the commentary at the Worlds, since you would like a shout out?
Oh no, that was just a joke. I'm actually. I was wondering, do you puzzle as well yourself?
At the Worlds, yes.
Okay,
yes.
but so then somebody else will comment, I guess.
Yeah. So on some of the live streams, Jim and I will be commenting together, and others it will be myself with a co-host, and others will be Jim with a co-host.
All right.
Yeah, so,
because I thought I already was thinking because the ladies who were there last year and the years before, they always said that it's really heavy, that they are really tired at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. That's why they wanted 2 people this year to share the load.
Yeah.
And I think just one person doing it is a very intense job and very tiring over such a long time. But yeah, Val did an amazing job.
Oh, I agree.
Val was doing incredible.
Yeah. That sounds fun to me too. I don't think I would be well at it, but it sounds like a lot of fun just to sit there and talk all day long.
Yeah, well, for those who are inclined that way, it is a lot of fun to, like, just, you know, sit down and be made to talk about puzzles for 5 days straight.
Oh, by the way, Lucy, my sister listened to your European Championship commentary, and she really loved it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks so much, Eric. And
yes,
yeah, congrats on your best placement so far. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in Trier on the weekend.
I'm looking forward to that too. Bye.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes, and I think 56 finishers for now, and maybe 57 because I think Teya's done message didn't come through, but you are already sorting it out. So I think we are at 57 finishers.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. We've had so many finishes. They're just coming in every half a minute or so. Somebody else is finishing. So yeah, always hard to keep up with the 50 plus club, but we're really pleased to see, so many finishes at 1 hour and 16. So looking really good.
Yes, and like Cameron wrote in the YouTube chat that the puzzle was difficult from start to end and mostly due to the heat, but it also seemed to be the most false fits I have had. But I don't rule out heat as a major cause versus puzzle quality. He's in Bordeaux, and there it has been also very, very hot for the last couple of days.
Yeah, so I guess we can chat with Scarlett then. I think she has finished.
I think so. At least I can't see her on screen anymore.
Yeah, I think she finished quite some time before. Hello, if you're there, you can turn your screen on. Let me find you. Hello. Hi, Scarlett.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Hello.
Hello, nice to see you. Thank you for inviting me on to be interviewed. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, thank you for jumping in for an interview. It's very nice to have you on.
So tell us about your YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, it's still relatively new. I feel I only actually started posting puzzle content on my YouTube back in February. So what, just a few months ago, really. So it has all kind of taken off a lot faster than I really thought it would. But I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah, I post a lot of just my random puzzle videos. I did one about the UK nationals that were back in April as well, because I kind of was inspired by watching Karen Puzzle's videos and her nationals and stuff like that. And I thought it'd be cool to kind of make a UK version as well, because yeah, it was good fun.
It was actually pretty funny because I found your YouTube channel like exactly around the UK Nationals. It was actually the UK Nationals video that I found.
Okay, yeah.
And I ended up watching it. And I think I also subscribed to your channel at that time because it was just nice to listen to. So
Oh, thank you very much.
I was actually, like, when Michelle sent me the message that she invited you on for the interview, I was like, yay, that's pretty cool.
Well, I've done a time lapse of completing this puzzle today, and I'm going to make a video kind of showing like what it's like to take part in online competitions as well. So I'll make a video eventually about that.
Yeah, that also sounds like a pretty cool idea. But you also get like a lot of engagement on your content from what I've seen.
Well, I did have a little bit of an online presence before, because I've danced my whole life, but I've done some like dancing content with other people. But the very first time I posted a puzzle video, it was about the Karen Puzzles puzzle that I got for Christmas.
Mhm.
And I thought in January, I thought I'd make a video about it because I really wanted to try making content myself. And I just posted it and I thought, oh, it'd be so cool if like maybe 100 people check out this video. And I think in the first day or so, I got 200 views. I was like, wow, that's so many people. And I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and I think it was sitting at like 3,000 or something.
Wow.
And it just kept climbing. I think YouTube is very unpredictable. If the algorithm likes your video, it seems like it just pushes it out to other people who also watch other puzzle stuff. So I think that's just what happened. I think maybe it found its way to the Karen Puzzles community as well. And yeah, I think it's now sitting at like 40,000 views or something like that. It kind of took off way more than I thought it ever would do, to be honest.
Yeah, that is actually pretty incredible. Like,
Yeah.
what made you want to do like puzzle content?
I guess just I've consumed puzzle content online now since the first COVID lockdown, like a lot of us, when I got into puzzling myself, and I found loads of people on Instagram and YouTube that did the same hobby. And I don't know, I kind of made it a New Year's resolution. I really enjoy making videos and editing videos. And I thought, why not just try making my own video? And if no one checks it out, that's okay. I don't mind. I'll just make it for myself. It was more just as like a fun hobby. I like videoing how I do puzzles because then I can like watch them back. It's really interesting to watch yourself back and see how you tackle each one. And yeah, I just put it out there if anyone else wanted to watch, and turns out a lot of people have. So very pleased with that.
Yeah, there's actually a question from SJ asking, what was your first ever puzzle competition?
Oh, that was the Gibson's Championships. Actually, that was the year that SJ and Dan won the pairs. That was back in 2023, I think it was. Yeah, because I saw the World Championships in 2022. I watched the Karen Puzzles video. And then I just kind of Googled like puzzle competitions in the UK. And obviously prior to this year, with the introduction of nationals, the only big puzzle competition we had in the UK was the Gibson's Championships, which are in Newmarket, which actually is quite close to where I live. So it's like around the corner from where I live, which is really, really handy. And yeah, I believe that first year, SJ and Dan won the pairs competition. And I've been, three years in a row now. So it's good fun.
Yeah, that is really great. And then how much do you puzzle on like a regular week when you're not preparing for a competition or making content?
Yeah, very much depends on the week. I think, I'd love to do puzzles like every single day, but I definitely don't. I've realized that after doing this puzzle today, it's been about 3 days since I've done a puzzle. I haven't done one since the beginning of the week. It's been a really busy week. I try and do at least 2 or 3 a week, like in the evenings. I work and I also study as well. So I work and study and now try and do puzzling as well. So it's hard to fit it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that you dance. Like, do you still dance, or is that related to your work?
No, I wish. I am a brand ambassador for Ubisoft, who make a dancing game called Just Dance, which some people might remember. A lot of people remember it from the Wii. It has like the white mannequins. I help out doing a lot of promotional content for their games. I wish I was paid for it, but I'm not. I just kind of get given the game for free, basically. But yeah, that's kind of all the dancing. I don't go to dance classes anymore, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle, did you still have anything you wanted to ask?
Yeah, just on a technical issue, I clicked something and my whole screen moved and my chat window was like 2 centimeters wide now, so I can't see the chat window anymore, but I don't want to touch anything in case I accidentally close the meeting.
Then just solving the technical issue.
I can't do anything. I just sent a message to my husband saying if you hear it come up, can you help me?
We have another question for Scarlett again. I see that the UK Nationals will happen. Cameron is saying, I see that the UK Nationals will happen again in 2026 with qualifiers for solos and adding teams. Question, will you be attending?
Of course, absolutely. I can't wait for it. It's literally just been announced. I think it was earlier this week, the dates for next year, which is the 18th and 19th of April. And yeah, we're really excited that we get to have a teams event because we didn't actually have a teams event this year for Nationals because it was a very new event. So I think they were just testing it out with individual and pairs. But no, it's going to be 2 days of competition next year, and yeah, solos, pairs, and teams. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to going. I can't wait already.
Do you already have like a regular pair and team that you are practicing with, or will you be coming up with a team?
I'm not entirely sure yet because I took my mum to Nationals with me. I kind of dragged her along, kicking and screaming a little bit. She enjoys puzzling, but she's not a speed puzzler. She doesn't really enjoy when you have to go really fast. She likes to do a puzzle like over the span of a week. But I took her because I didn't really have anyone else to join me for the pairs because I didn't really know anybody well enough from the puzzle community. But since I've gone to quite a few local competitions in my area as well since then. I went to one in Ely and I went to the Dice Cup in Nottingham the other weekend as well. And so I've met so many new puzzlers that live near me. And so maybe I'll be able to pair up with someone like that so I don't have to drag my mum all the way again next year. I haven't planned it out yet, but we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, that sounds really, really cool.
I know, I literally can't wait. I actually met somebody at the Gibson's National Championship that happened, and they came up to me. I can't remember their name, but they said that they didn't know about the UK Nationals, but they stumbled across my YouTube video for it, and now they'll be attending next year as well. So it's kind of cool that they found my video and now they'll be going to the competition next year in person. So
yeah, that's so amazing. But like, I guess that's like a very, very nice like side effect of like content creation and everything, that all of a sudden you have like a community forming.
Yes, it's so cool. And now that I go to puzzle events, and it's cool that people come up to me and they're like, oh, I've watched your videos, I really enjoy them. And it's nice. I'm still not quite used to it because, like I said, I've only been doing it since February, so it's still quite new, but it's a really cool feeling to just have people come up and say that they enjoy the content that I make. And
yeah, that is super exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait.
There's a question from Beth. Where was the UK Nationals announced? Because she doesn't see anything on their Instagram.
No, it's on their Facebook page. So the UK JPA Facebook page, it's been announced. Wow. Yeah, it's only just been announced, so they might post it on Instagram soon as well, but it was literally just announced the other day, so still very new.
It's kind of surprising that people are still using Facebook.
I know that they're actually, I think they're more active on Facebook than they are Instagram, the UK JPA. So.
Yeah, well, they might make a switch at some point when they realize that most people are not on there anymore.
Yeah, but the advantage of having the Facebook is that you have Facebook groups, and like, for example, the UK JPA Facebook groups are actually quite active because people can post pictures of what they're doing, and then there's discussions in the chat, and it has something that Instagram doesn't offer in that way. Like, it's easier just to talk about, have a general discussion with everybody, as opposed to you have on Instagram, you kind of need to know who to follow to see what they're posting. Yeah, so for that respect, it is still quite active.
Yeah, here I can actually push in a little bit of information that like Rika and me actually ended up working on something that might be a remedy for that in a way, but like we're going to tell you about it later.
Yeah. Yeah, so did we ask you what you thought of the puzzle today?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Yeah, I must admit, I opened up the box and I was like, oh, it's not the kind of image that I usually go for, like bright, colorful illustrations. Those are my favorite kind of images. And I've never done a Falcon puzzle before, I don't think either. So this is a new brand for me. And yeah, I did find it very tricky. There are lots of browns and grays and greens, and anything basically that wasn't the bus, I found very challenging. But I just missed the hour mark. I was an hour and 45 on my timer. So that's not too bad for me. That's kind of average. Hour is about my average for a first attempt. So
Good. Did you notice false fits as well? Did you have that issue?
I did. I had a false fit in the blue sky on the border. That I had right up until the very end that I couldn't seem to fit, and then I just had to kind of take it apart and redo the whole of the blue. Yeah, and there were a few false fits, I think, during the bus or the darker bits as well. So yeah, I did find a few false fits, but I don't know whether I think that's partially a skill issue on my point as well. So.
Yeah, it seems to be a common thing. I honestly don't remember. I mean, I am aware that there can be false fits because I did a Falcon. Before I did this one, I did a Falcon at my office, and it was a photo, and it had a big section of blue sky, and then there was a Dutch scene, so there was like a canal at the bottom, a lot of trees in the middle, and I did notice it then. I don't think I noticed it so much on the busy puzzles, but it's interesting. A lot of people are saying that they did have false fits. So yeah, I have a question. What for the people in general? It's just people in general. Would you prefer, like, how do you feel? Like, because I put a lot of emphasis on trying. Sorry, something's beeping. I don't know what it is. To try and find puzzles that many people haven't done, that are there as new for as many people as possible. What is more important, like having a puzzle that's a first attempt for as many people as possible but has false fits, or a puzzle that's like good quality, no false fits, but many people have done it before? Because, for example, I saw there was a competition in the USA like on the weekend or last week, and they literally used like the Pisa puzzle, the one that was used in the World Championships in 23, and I was like, why were they using that puzzle? Like it's literally like everybody has done that puzzle, but obviously there's no false fits there. Like, what would you prefer? So it's hard to find. Yeah, there's a payoff. I don't know, how do you feel about that, Scarlett?
Yeah, that's it. I never really thought, because obviously I only attend competitions. I've never tried to organize one myself, but I guess that's a really interesting dilemma. Like, what do you prioritize? I'm not sure. I mean, I probably would prefer like less false fits and maybe that I've done it before, but that's only because when I've done it before, I tend to have a faster time. So, but yeah.
Yeah, what did you think of the puzzles that were at the UK Nationals this year? Were they your type of puzzles?
Well, I think everyone struggled with the teacups. The teacups really threw everybody through a loop. I was chatting to so many people at Nationals afterwards, and everyone was like, it was so difficult. I think everyone was surprised by that style of puzzle coming out. I personally don't own any puzzle that's that kind of style, where it's just lots of little things on a plain white background. I've never puzzled anything like that before, and I wasn't the only one. So a lot of us would just kind of panic at the start. A lot of people didn't start with the edge, but I did start with the edge on the teacup puzzle, and yeah, that was really particularly tricky. But I've since redone that one, and it is fun on reattempts when you actually know what to look out for a little bit more. And the pairs puzzle, the Crazy Street one, was I really enjoyed that one. It was from a brand new artist. He'd never done anything before. It was his first ever puzzle design, and everybody, I think, unanimously really enjoyed that image. So we hope that he'll do more in future as well, because we all really liked that one.
Hopefully. I got to puzzle both of them, both the teacups and the crazy town, or what, I can't remember what the name was, but like the teacups were super challenging. But the other one was just like completely crazy. I loved it. It's a really fun puzzle.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of saying that maybe the teacups one might have been better as the pairs, and the Crazy Street might have been better as the solo. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the teacups would have been difficult for both rounds. But
the teacups would have been difficult. The way I see it, I think something that like with like little blocks, because it's just teacups next to each other. Like you can't really divide it between a pair. So like it's very hard to coordinate in that
Yeah.
sense.
Very much so. And I think if my mum, who really didn't like the teacup puzzle, if she would have had to do that one in pairs, I don't think she would have enjoyed it at all. So maybe it was good that I got the teacup and she got the fun puzzle in the afternoon.
Yeah, so then she enjoyed the pair puzzle.
Yeah, absolutely. She didn't really enjoy the day. Like I said, she's not a speed puzzler, but she enjoyed just going and getting to puzzle with me. So
Oh, that is so
I'm
great.
not sure whether I'll be able to drag her along for the full weekend because it's 2 days next year. So we'll see. Yeah.
No, it's also so nice to hear that it's like a family thing for so many people, that like they can drag someone along, like a reluctant husband or a reluctant relative, and then they can just like puzzle along with everyone.
Yeah, I definitely got my mum into puzzling. She basically, all the puzzles that I buy, I then pass on to her, and she does them in her own time. But yeah, she's just gone on holiday. It's her birthday tomorrow, so shout out, happy birthday, Mum.
Happy birthday to the Hornets mom.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that like we still have the shared table on the screen, and it's actually in like my Google view we have both tables, and one is actually finished. Teresa is done, but we have been watching the table from the two sides the entire competition, and it has been really fun to see.
Yeah, well done, Teresa. And Anna Karin is also going to be finishing in a few minutes.
Almost. Go. And we have 2 timers on the divider as well.
So what's the hardest puzzle that you've done, Scarlett?
Well, the largest one I've done the 9,000 piece Disney puzzle, the one with all the frames with the different pictures in it. That one obviously was the longest. It took me about 3 months to finish that one.
But what about this Game of Thrones map? That looked really hard.
That one was particularly difficult. Yeah, I do have some in my collection that are definitely harder that I don't do as often, for sure. But yeah, I tend to, a lot of these, I do have one that I haven't even attempted still that I got gifted for my birthday last year. My nan got me a 2,000 piece puzzle. I can't remember the brand, but it's just one massive picture of one tiger, and that's it. And it's all surrounded by green grass around the edge. And I just keep looking at its 2,000 pieces as well. I keep looking at that, and I'm just, it's going to be so difficult. I just don't know if I could actually do something like that. I try mostly now. I just try and do a lot of 500 piece puzzles. I try and get faster. I have got faster since the start of the year. My time at nationals was 1 hour 13. And now I kind of am creeping towards like the hour, just under an hour. Still haven't cracked the 50 minutes yet. My best first attempt is 52 minutes. Is the best I've ever done. That's really good for me.
Yeah, fantastic.
I did that recently at the Dice Cup in Nottingham the other weekend, so I was really pleased with that.
Yeah, well, it is a process to like shrink the times down.
And
absolutely, that's why I'm really glad that you guys do this 50 plus club specifically, because I'm not confident enough to join a competition with like the puzzle powerhouses, the ones that can do them in like half an hour. I don't think I'm ever going to be that fast. So I really appreciate that you do this category. So it kind of gives the people who are still fast but not like super duper fast a chance to give it a go. Yeah.
That was the general idea behind it, to like give everyone a chance to shine, because like in the regular EJJs, I think it can be sometimes discouraging for some people as well, that like you do a pretty cool time of like 51, 52 minutes, which is a great time, but then you get like 60th place because like everyone is so insanely fast, which can be like kind of discouraging. And in that sense, the 50 plus competitions are very close to my heart as well.
Yeah, the case tends to be like, if I'm racing myself against the people who do that, I'm usually about halfway through my puzzle when they finish. I'm only halfway, so that can be a little discouraging. Still got half of the puzzle left to go.
Oh, and Anna Katrin is also finished. Anna Karin and Isabel as well. Congrats.
Very good. And that was a very big done message, all caps.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Anna Karin and Teresa. Enjoy the rest of your evening together.
What plans do you still have for content for the upcoming times? Like, how regularly do you upload videos?
Not as regular as I'd like. It tends to be once every month or 3 weeks, depending on how busy it is with work and studying. I've actually got a video coming out tomorrow. If you want to check it out, I videoed going to the Dice Cup, a local puzzle competition, and I filmed the whole day from start just to show people again what it's like to go to a much smaller scale competition. So that'll be going live tomorrow. It's already uploaded and ready to go. So I'm pleased that that one's good. I was planning on going to Worlds, but I had to give back my ticket, unfortunately. I booked the time off work. I got the ticket. I was all ready to go. And then I found out a few months ago that I was going to have to move house because my landlord was selling the house. And so I knew that moving is just a big cost no matter when you do it. So I had to kind of prioritize and hand back my ticket. Luckily, I hadn't booked my accommodation or flights or anything yet. I just so I got a refund for the ticket from the World Jigsaw Puzzle Association. And on the plus side, I now already have the week booked off work. And I can just watch all the live streams from home. Even though I'm not going, I'll be watching all the prelim rounds. I'll be able to watch everything this year. So
Yeah, that sounds nice. Even though, like, I have heard, I think it was from Vicky, who last year went to the Worlds as well. And she actually left from their apartment for Worlds and came back to the apartment that they moved into after Worlds. Because her partner like moved everything while she was at Worlds.
oh my goodness, how stressful. Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe in 2026 I might be able to go. Like I said, you can never plan for life events like that. It was just one of those things that kind of popped up last minute and stopped me going this year. But I'll definitely be cheering everyone on. I've met so many people that were at Nottingham the other week, various other competitions. There are loads of people from the UK this year. Emma Quirk was our fastest. She's our UK champion. I'm really intrigued to see how she'll do. There's Rachel Chambers as well, who came in second place at Nationals. She's just started speed puzzling and she won the Dice Cup the other weekend. She is so fast. So I'll be cheering her on from home as well. And Mia Marvin, I was sharing a table with her at Nationals, and she's very fast as well. So I'll be cheering on all my friends just from the comfort of my own home instead.
Yeah, that also has its benefit as well, because like you don't have the entire surrounding stress.
Yeah,
Like the stress of moving, but
yeah, well, I'm all moved into my new place now. But yeah, like you said, I'm in my own home, so I can just have as much food as I want, just sit and relax and just have the live streams on too.
And you can also puzzle at the same time.
Of course, yes, of course.
You can race the clock.
Oh, for sure.
Race the live stream.
I'll try. I still need to improve quite a lot if I was to go to Worlds next year. Like I'd like to eventually break that 50 barrier with the first try. I'm getting closer and closer. Like I said, I went from 58, 55 minutes, and then 52 the other weekend was my very fastest. So yeah.
do you have any specific like training plan that you follow? Like, do you trade anything specific to get faster, or you just like do the puzzles and see how it goes?
Yeah, not particularly. I did the last couple of months. I have been focusing more on utilizing my left hand, which I think a lot of people can, if you are right-handed, you find that you are just picking out pieces with your right hand. And it was only when watching some of my YouTube videos back that I watched, especially the one at Nationals, I was like, I was literally puzzling just with one hand. My left hand was just on the table. It wasn't moving at all. And so I've tried to make more of a conscious effort, especially when I'm flipping and doing that first bit, to try picking up pieces with my left hand, which is a lot harder than it sounds if you're not used to it. So I'm definitely just trying to be using my left hand more, and also just picking out pieces even if I'm not going to place them straight away, because sometimes if there's a lot of green, especially as my least favorite, like green grass or flowers, I'll leave them until last. But sometimes if you just kind of make a pile off to one side, you don't have to put them in straight away. It helps not having as much to then look at. So kind of pulling out and making piles. I found that that's a really good training strategy if you're looking to go faster too.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been, specifically focusing on a few, strategies or a few key points, and that's also helping you to bring down your times and to be a bit more, conscious of what you're doing as you're doing it.
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely. I think I've fallen into, like I said, with the right hand, the bad habits. I am trying to be a bit more conscious as I'm doing it to bring the pieces to the puzzle more as well. Because I tend to leave them all where they're flipped over, and if you bring them closer to the puzzle in groups, and then you can just place them. But I definitely fall into the more organized puzzler category, where I don't like to have anything that's within the border that's not where it should go. I don't, that kind of overwhelms me a little bit. I know you're either in like one camp or the other, but I'm trying to get better and kind of relax a little bit and have more pieces in the frame that aren't exactly where they need to be, but in the rough kind of place.
That was actually something that we pointed out as we were highlighting you on the stream. I'm not sure if you were listening, but we were
Oh,
saying,
no, I hadn't noticed,
"Oh, it's
sorry.
so neat. Like you have everything on the one side and you have the puzzle on the right, and then there's no loose pieces anywhere."
That's just how my brain works. It just, if I have too many pieces inside the border, I kind of forget what's in the right place and what's not. And it just feels very, I watch people like Victor and how I just, how does his brain not get so overwhelmed just with so, but he seems to just, that's the way he puzzles, but I could never do it like that.
Yeah, well, it definitely can be overwhelming with like too many pieces. For that, it's actually pretty good to like do some 1,000-piece puzzles as like practice, and then switch back to 500, because all of a sudden the 500 pieces seems like very easy to handle.
Yes, absolutely. I have tried speed puzzling a couple of 1,000-piece puzzles. Though at Gibson's, the championships, it's 1,000-piece Gibsons for that. So in the lead up to that, me and my mum, we did it as a pair. So we were practicing a lot of 1,000-piece puzzles, and yeah, it's a lot more. And we have to use, well, we don't have to, but because I'm super organized, I have to use boards, sorting boards, to try and space things out, because otherwise you just don't have enough space to complete it, really, with all the pieces flipped over.
Yeah, of course. I think with 1,000 pieces, it's way practical to have boards, like especially if you like pick out like, you know, sections, and then you put together a bigger chunk, and then you can like more easily move it around as well.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
yeah, boards are definitely helpful.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it does help if you do just try and do a 1,000-piece speedy and then go back to the 500, because I do feel like it then makes that feel so much more easy than it did before. So definitely.
Yeah. It all comes down to practice, really. That's one thing about speed puzzling, that like you can't get out of having to do puzzles for it.
Yeah, like I said, really from this time last year was when I started properly speed puzzling, and my times started at 1.5 hours. So it just shows that if you do kind of consistently practice, you can get it down from 1.5 hours, 1.15 to an hour, and even below that. So it just takes a lot of dedication and a lot of buying new puzzles.
Yeah. or loaning puzzles from like good friends.
Yes, I actually got loaned a puzzle. I'm really excited to do it. It was from Steve, who owns the Dice Cup and runs the event. He lent me the one from the US Nationals. It's the hot air balloon one.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so he saw me looking at it, and he was like, "Would you like to borrow?" I was like, "Yes, please," because I've been looking at that one for a while, and so I have it ready to give that one a go. So I can't wait. That one looks really fun.
Yeah, it is a very good puzzle. I enjoy that very much.
The one that he selected for the individual round for the Nottingham competition as well, it was called Jazzy. I think it's been used in a few different competitions. That, to me, that's my perfect puzzle image right there. Something bright and colorful. I loved it. I think that's why I got such a good time, because it was like my perfect image.
You have actually preemptively answered my next question, which is like what your perfect puzzle would look like.
Oh, so just like that Jazzy image. I know there is another puzzle image by the same artist in the same kind of retro cartoon style.
That's the springs.
Yeah, though I love the kind of cartoon illustrations. Like I really enjoyed the Crazy Street as well. Anything that's got really like distinct lines and sections like that. Like in the Jazzy puzzle, there were all the people in the picture, they all had different color outfits on, so you can really easily just move from one to the next. And I felt like with this puzzle in particular, there was a few times where I was just kind of sat there. I didn't really know what color to pick out after I'd done the yellow of the bus. So I must admit that the brighter the colors, my eyes definitely picked pick that up just so much, and especially pinks and purples. Anything with pink and purple, I love it.
Yeah, that is also interesting to hear, like what your color preferences are, because like it can be very different for everyone of like what color they like to pick out immediately.
Yeah, I don't know whether it has anything to, I've wondered about if it's like color bias, because my favorite colors are pink and purple. So I don't know whether that's just naturally the color that my eyes can pick out easiest. I don't know. And that's, I don't like greens and yellows really. I did struggle with the yellow bus as well, because yellow is not a color that I pick out super easily.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't really like yellows, especially during our team practice over the weekend with Michelle. There was one puzzle where I was pointing out that I literally don't see differences between the yellows of like different shades of yellow. I don't see them. So it's,
yeah, I did notice that, because on the yellows of the bus, there are some that are like a slightly darker, brighter yellow, and some that are like more like a pale yellow. And yeah, I was really struggling to see what went where. I literally had to have the bus like right up to my eyes to try and see the difference, because yeah, for some reason yellow just, my brain can't distinguish.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's understandable. It's yellow. I completely understand.
But then maybe if your favorite color is yellow, maybe you're better at picking it out. I'm not sure.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And then for piece count wise, like, do you prefer 500s or these large ones, like you were saying, with like the 9,000 and things like that?
I actually do think, just if obviously at speed puzzling, I do the 500s, but if I'm gonna just do a puzzle like one evening, just not for content, not for a competition or anything, I really love 1,000 Disney puzzles. That's like my comfort zone. I have so many different types of Disney puzzles. About probably 60% of my collection maybe is just Disney 1,000 piece puzzles, because I just find them really easy, because they're busy, but because I know all the characters, it comes together really nicely for me. So I tend to stick a podcast or a film on or something, and those are my favorite ones to do for sure.
What podcast do you listen to during puzzling?
I really like true crime podcasts. I know that's probably unusual, but I love listening to a good mystery or an unsolved case or a missing persons case. I know that's probably a bit grim, but it's definitely a genre of podcasts, and I enjoy listening to it. You don't have to take in it all. You just kind of hear like police interviews and stuff that goes on. Or sometimes today I was listening. I had you guys muted. I had music on instead of a podcast, because I just wanted like background noise instead. I didn't have a podcast in mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm constantly on the hunt for like something to listen to during puzzling. So like I like hearing of like what other people are listening to, because I don't listen to music in general. It like annoys me at one point. So like I need to hear people talking.
Yeah, it's nice background music sometimes, like background noise, just to hear someone else talking, but not really paying full attention. Sometimes I'll put on a film that I've already seen before as well, just for that same reason. I don't have to pay attention to it, but I can still listen to it just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or a TV show. I do that sometimes as well. The Office is my go-to.
The UK or US version?
US. There wasn't too many of I have seen the UK, but there's not many UK episodes. The US has more.
Yeah, I think everyone has those like comfort shows that they fall back onto.
Yes,
like,
definitely.
If they just need something to run in the background, I also have like a couple of them that just like keep playing. I don't have to pay attention, because like I know really well of what's going on.
Definitely.
Michelle, what do you listen to while puzzling?
Nothing. Just the ambient sounds. So if I'm participating in the Polish competition, I'm listening to the Polish live stream, French live stream, Danish, Swedish. I just have, even if I don't understand what's going on, except I just hear a few names, I don't know, it's almost like when I was riding a bike. Like I can't listen to music when I'm riding a bike, because I'm like afraid I'm going to not hear like a car come behind me. Like I just need to be aware of my surroundings, and even at the Worlds, like I just don't have anything on. I just listen to what's going on beside me. Maybe I feel like I'm going to miss out on something important.
That I actually don't listen to like music or anyone speaking while puzzling. If I'm like doing solo competitions or anything, I listen to white noise, because like I want to not hear what is going on around me, but like I find music annoying. And like with everything else, I feel like it would be distracting. So it's white noise, and that has been changing the game for me.
Yeah, I forgot to take any headphones or anything to the UK Nationals. So I had nothing to listen to at all. And it was so quiet. You could hear a pin drop in that hall. Everyone was almost silent. And I like that to me, I found that really like off-putting. I really didn't like just how quiet it was. I was going to ask like at Worlds, because you've been before, like I can imagine it's like looking, you can almost hear how noisy it is, but is it just really like overwhelmingly noisy in those competitions?
It is extremely noisy. Yeah. It's a lot of people in a very small space and a lot of things going on non-stop. So it is very loud. And then, for example, if you go to a German competition, in contrast, there everything is like very nice and calm and silent most of the time. And then hopefully at the Trier Puzzle-thon this weekend, it's going to be like, yeah, music mostly and chat and everything. But that's like different because it's a marathon.
That's why I do kind of like the pairs rounds, because there's more, just you can hear like people just the small talk in the background. That's what I much preferred when we were doing the pairs round at nationals, because everyone was just talking. That was the nice background noise that I needed, that I didn't have in the individual. I was more nervous in the individual because everyone was so quiet. I just didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can get uncomfortable if it's like too silent.
As way too silent. And then you could hear, I could actually kind of hear when someone was getting close, because you could start hearing, it was so quiet, you could even hear like camera shutters and stuff like that. And I was like, someone's getting close. I didn't know who it was, but I had a feeling it was probably Emma. She was way over on the other side. And I could still hear the people that were like the cameras that were near her getting ready when she finished up. So, yeah.
No, but that's an interesting point though, about the different sounds between the different competitions. And then, yes, obviously the individuals is very quiet, and then pairs is a bit more loose chatter here and there, and then in the teams, yeah, a bit more. But yeah, that for some people that the silence is a bit too eerie. Like it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, some people obviously prefer the silence, but I'm one of those people. I need at least some background chat going on for sure. Mm-hmm. I've never done a teams competition, because like I said, in the nationals there was only solo and pairs, and at Newmarket it was only pairs. In Nottingham we only did solos and pairs. So I've never done the 4-person event before, but I can imagine it's just going to be more communication and more background noise, so that's fine. Can't have my headphones on for that one.
That sounds great. But so for the UK Nationals next year, they are planning teams as well?
Yes, they have. They've just announced. So yeah, they announced the 2 days, and they've announced the 3 different categories this year. So yeah, we've got the solo, the pairs, and the teams. It's super exciting.
And prelims and finals in all of them, or just the solo and pairs for multiple rounds?
I'm not sure how the rounds are. I don't think they've really announced like how the rounds are going to work, like how many from each round will move on to finals. I think that very much depends on whether I'll get there or not, because when it comes to individual, that's definitely my weakest category. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, although I got 30.
Well done, Caro. Caro just finished. Good job. Yay! Yeah. With a few minutes to spare. Good job.
I got 33rd at nationals, so I was quite pleased with that. It was like 170 people, so that puts me in like the top kind of 25%. So I might make it through. It depends how many people go through from each round.
Yeah, that is a great result.
Yeah, I was really pleased with that. I know I'm not the fastest, but the thing was everyone had slower times with the teacup puzzle, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, of course. Well, if it's a challenging puzzle, then it's challenging for everyone. And that's also
except for Emma Quirk, who did it in about 40 minutes.
Yeah, but even there, like if Emma does something in 40 minutes, you can know that it's difficult.
True, it's not half an hour time. Yeah, she maybe would be disappointed with that, but still, for me, that was incredible time.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It sounds like you've got lots of things to look forward to, and yeah, I'm definitely going to check out your video about the Dice Cup competition, because actually last year at Worlds we had a group dinner for the New Zealanders, and Steve came along as well, because he paired with Andy, and they also do bridge competitions together. I think that's how they know each other. So he came to our New Zealand dinner, and then when I was chatting to him, and then he said he had a board game cafe, and I was asking so many questions, and aren't you going to do like a puzzle event here? Because he was telling me like on one day of the week there's Pokemon card game, or
Yeah, there were all sorts of games there. So many.
yeah, and different nights of the week have different target groups, different fan groups coming to play their different games. And so he was saying, yeah, I'm going to plan something, I need to get something organized. And it's really good to see now. I saw on Facebook that it actually came to fruition and he organized that. So really great to see things happening in Nottingham, and yeah, also for people like you to go along and have that opportunity. And also, who else was there? Graham was there as well.
Yes, is that Graham Parker?
Yes.
Yeah, we were on the same table on the again, so that's good.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm not going to Worlds, it's nice to have more just options in the UK for different places to go and meet up. And yeah, because obviously I'm not going to Spain, so this is the only chance I'm going to get is either online competitions or local ones like that now until nationals next year.
Yeah. All right, we're coming up towards the end, so I want to cheer on Dora. Place a few more pieces. Come on.
Yes, so very close.
I think Dora is coming to Trier as well. Anami told me that she was coming along as a spectator.
Not participating.
No, unfortunately not. But maybe we can, do some puzzling on the side.
We can convince her to like puzzle a little bit on the side.
Well, maybe somebody ends up being sick and doesn't show up, and maybe we need a fill-in.
Yeah, there are some teams who have like 4 people, and then if someone ends up being so tired, then she can like jump in as like a substitute while they take a break.
Yeah, so I'll say something after the countdown since we're getting close.
Okay.
Okay, and Richard wants a competition in near Norwich. Up to
Ooh.
something near Norfolk.
Norfolk, yes. There's not much out in the east. That's where I'm from as well. So it tends
10,
to be
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Oh, well done, Dora. Thanks for puzzling with us for 2 hours. One day you're going to finish a competition in under 2 hours, and we're all going to be cheering for you.
We always that's actually a good strategy from Dora, because we every single time when she's participating, we end up cheering for her.
She gets a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're from Norfolk area, so you would also like something up that way as well. And maybe you could find the folks who live in your area and organize something.
Definitely.
And make
I could try. Definitely.
Yeah, I just want to mention something that I mentioned in the chat. There will be a live stream. Well, 3 live streams of the Trier Marathon. It's a 10-hour event, so we don't want to live stream for 10 hours. So what we plan to do is to live stream the first 2 hours, so we get a good overview of the event. We spend some time at the tables of every team. We have 26 teams coming, and then also focus in on who might be pulling out in the lead. Then we'll have another session after lunch, so between 2 and 4 o'clock, and then also the last 2 hours, so between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. So we hope that will give people a good chance to, follow the action a bit and, see how their team is getting along. Because I know we have a lot of supporters who want to check out their team and see how they're going. But
see what the puzzles are.
Yeah, so that will be here on this YouTube channel. And yes, don't forget, check out Scarlet Sky. I've put her YouTube name into the chat, so make sure you all go and subscribe.
Appreciate that.
And check out her video tomorrow so we can all see what's happening at the Dice Cup. And so we just so congrats to Dora. Oh, Dora only had 58 pieces left.
It's not even
doing
that
so
hard.
well. That's doing really great. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Dora. Well, thanks so much, Scarlett, for chatting with us for so long and sharing us about a little bit about your puzzling journey, how you got into speed puzzling, and what's happening in the UK.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me on. I really enjoyed chatting with you both. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and everyone, don't forget to go over to Scarlett's page and like and subscribe.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone. Good evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.